Okay, thank God. It's all right. I got rid of that. I got rid of that person, and now I'm here. And like, I wanted to talk about. I was doing some research, because I've called the West Australian Labor Party Nazis quite a bit, and because they're Nazis. Now, the things when I researched the actual Nazis, those German people that were that got all carried away, it's complicated because they absolutely went insane at some point. I think because of meth, because they were all on meth. Roger Cook's dad, sells meth or sold meth before he died, and during my life, I've seen bottled pills of meth be handed out like lollies into a system that I was born into, a mental health system that I was born as a child of someone in that system, and I've been critical of it for like 15 years, so I think I can talk. Now, the actual Nazis, like really, they were just ambitious fellows who seemed to really get riled up under some guy's leadership. Because there was a lot of similar things going on. But if anything, if I look at history, they were just a little bit too extreme. They looked at the Jews as the problem, and that wasn't the case, I'm guessing. And they were pretty upset with they were very extreme. They were like, no, everyone doing this, everyone whatever. But there was a lot of them. There was a lot of German people who wanted all the things that he was promising. So if they hadn't have tried to kill all the Jews, and they hadn't have created themselves as a religion, they probably just would have maybe got Poland and then just stayed like that, or maybe even France. I don't even know. But all that meth. If you know anyone that's on meth, this is a pretty common thing. They bite off more than they can chew. They start these projects and they don't finish them. I finish almost all of my projects I've ever done unless I'm interrupted by Nazis. And that's what I see. I see around me as I see a Nazi government in place that have created their entire infrastructure on a video game. And I have a dress on. And so I'm clearly not a Nazi. You're the Nazis. But I'm just kind of saying that not like Kanye's saying it, because Kanye's kind of saying that it's the Jews' fault. I'm kind of saying what I think 80% of the German people during the Nazi regime was saying, minus the bit about the Jews. I don't think it's the Jews' fault. I think it's people's fault who try and prosper in chaos rather than build stable, healthy structures of society. And I'm not trying to acquire any land. I'm trying to defend land against Nazis who will very soon start calling me a Nazi. This is the problem when you have a bunch of public education people that do not know anything about anything they're talking about. And when they assume that the world will act the same as it did 80 years ago. And when you pump them full of drugs and propaganda. And when you expect that one of them won't just shave and put a dress on. And that when you expect they won't actually kind of look pretty sexy in a dress. I'm pretty happy in a fucking dress. I think some of those Berlin people had a good thing going. If you understand that my manifestation of putting on a dress is due to my passivity, it's a peaceful response, and it fluctuates out because I'm trying to speak rather than act out. And I think if that Hitler bloke had have passed the microphone around a little bit and heard the voices of the other German people, then maybe they would have said, yeah, except the Jew bit. Why do you hate the Jews so much? My next door neighbour's a Jew. Yeah, but why the Jew bit, Adolf? Because we've been there. We've been there before. That's not going to work. And can you blame the Jews? Like, as soon as that thing's up, if I was a full-on Jew, which I'm not, I'm like maybe a Jew. That's where I am. I'm like, I don't even know if I'm a Jew. That's where I am. And even then, I'm still like, oi, settle down with that fucking Nazi shit, you fucking psycho, fucking pill-popping, child mutilating shit. Just because I have a bikini top on does never mean that I think anyone should ever be fucking mutilated. It's obviously a bit more of a nuanced fucking thing than even I thought. But yeah, it's like you've ushered in this Nazi thing while not being Nazi enough in one area and being too Nazi in the other area, and you've got all your wires crossed. You can't mix and match. This isn't a pick and mix at fucking Target. Does anyone remember that? If you don't remember that, are you even Australian? Are you even Australian if you don't remember the pick and mix? At Kmart, it wasn't even Target. See, fooled you. That's how fucking quick we'll get you. We'll be like, that was Kmart, cunt. Bang! Bang! No, we won't do that. Fucking, it's all these words. Like, me saying that Roger Cook's a Nazi is because on October 7th, when the largest attack on Israel ever happened, he celebrated the train's birthday. And when I asked him about it, he blocked me. That's how I know he's a Nazi. That was the international test for Nazis. And he failed. Like the Turing test in that imitation game, the Nazi test was what I did to Roger Cook, and he's still in it. And he just keeps being more of a Nazi. And so if he's going to play the Nazi game, then I'm going to play the fucking Nazi game. And then we're all Nazis. You see? And that's shit. I think it's a real problem when little boys from Cottesloe pretend that they're not from Cottesloe. See, I didn't grow up in Cottesloe. I grew up in the bush like an Aboriginal does. And so I don't have any of this entitlement or this superiority Nazi blood running through my fucking Cottesloe dwelling fucking drug fucked, like child abused, watching my father drug fucking children. That can't be good for you. My dad sold bits for air conditioners and he bred dogs. Yeah? He didn't fucking drug children. Like, if your dad's drugging children, if you get home, you're like, Dad, what have you been doing? He's like, drugging kids. You're like, fuck. And then you go to Cottesloe fucking whatever boys' school. And everyone knows that your dad's drugging children. What do you want to be, Roger, when you grow up? I'm going to be the Premier of Western Australia. I'm going to make sure that no child is not drugged. Teachers then were like, we've got to keep an eye on that kid. We've got to keep an eye on him. Yeah. And I guess he killed all those teachers before they had a chance to ring the alarm bell, because we've got a Nazi pretending to be the Premier. And we've got the only chance for opposition is literally wearing a fucking bikini top and only a sarong. And we've gone and gotten all confused, haven't we? Everybody's gotten confused. Everyone's gone off on their own little, like, you didn't stick to the script. You've got to stick to the script. Otherwise, if you go off on your own and you know what I mean? Improvising, you'd better hope there isn't a really good improvisational fucking actor that happens to be hiding in a submarine that's 80 years old right in your own backyard in a place called Kingsley. Because then you're fucked. That's like Red October and fucking all the other war movies. The Great Escape. Fucking the one where they build a fucking plane in a castle in Switzerland. I shit you not. Brilliant movie. If you haven't seen it. I don't remember what it's called. The Dam Busters. Holy moly. That was my upbringing. Dad, what's that? Oh, that was the other thing as well. Like Roger's like, Dad, why does your briefcase rattle so much? Well, Roger, let's sit down and let me tell you about how it's filled with drugs that I'm going to drug all the little boys and girls with. I'm like Santa Claus, but farmer. I'm like the pharmaceutical Santa Claus, son. And he's like, I want to be just like you, Dad. And the cats in the cradle and the silver spoon. A little boy blue and the man on the moon. Whereas my dad was just watching old war movies all the time. He had a big fucking bookshelf filled with them and all war books and everything. And then he would read all these things and he would tell me everything. And everything I asked him, Dad, what's that? Oh, that's the Dam Busters, son. They had this bouncing bomb that blew up dams. And I was like, what's that? Oh, this is a story about how they built a plane in a castle in Switzerland and then flew to their fucking rescue. And like, almost as if I was being unconsciously trained to be some type of behind enemy lines resistance fighter in a bikini. Wacky. But that would be a conspiracy theory, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? It's not like I was born into some type of fucking war that I never knew about when my mum was a fucking large drug pusher in some type of 1984 health insurance fucking government hand in glove fucking pharmaceutical conspiracy. That would be fucking crazy, Shannon. I think that eyeliner has gone straight to your brain. But yeah. I guess the lines in the sand are of common sense. I don't care if anyone wears a dress. I care if you put a dress on a kid that they don't want to wear a dress. I care if you fucking cut that children's skin or if you drug that child. That's common sense, yeah? Does everyone agree with that? If the kid does it themselves, yeah, just let them do whatever they want, pretty much, unless they're fucking doing criminal activity. Children do all types of things. Yeah, I have been every single thing in my imagination throughout my entire life, and I didn't stop when I was a child. Although I stopped making other people go along with me. And that's what the Premier's doing now. This gender affirmation. He's doing Premier affirmation. Everybody, Roger's the Premier. Let's all, no, his pronouns are Premier. Honourable, the Honourable Roger Cook. Let's affirm him, or else. Let's affirm him. Bullshit, we'll affirm him. I don't affirm that fucking prick as far as I could throw him. And I could probably throw him pretty far, because he's only a little tacker and I'm pretty fucking tall, so that's far because I said I can throw him far. Yeah. You see, when I woke up early January 2020 and I was thinking, yeah, I'm going to finish that boat and sail down to Tasmania. I wasn't thinking that this was on the cards. If I had had a psychic medium come and tell me that I'd be in 5 years in a bikini top threatening to fucking destroy with a giant cable hundreds and hundreds of dwellings in Fremantle if the Premier isn't handed over in some type of international 80-year-long submarine conspiracy, I would have said, you're a very strange person. And so I forgive everyone that thought I was a strange person, because as I said, I wasn't given the whole script. I was given little bits of the script. Here, Shannon. And I'm like, serious? You fucking serious? I've got to do that? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, alrighty, I trust fucking king and country. I trust the might of the British Empire. You know, it's not like we're fucking slackers. I'm guessing that this submarine is fucking safe, and I'm guessing that all the welds will hold. And it did, until now. And then now I'm up above the water, looking out my periscope, which this is a bit of a periscope. Have you noticed? When it's sideways, that's like a periscope. Get it? Everything's metaphorical. At some point, this fucking global conflict went to the ethereal plane. It went to the metaphorical, fucking ethereal, conceptual, 7-dimensional, deep fucking warfare. I don't even know if my phone's still recording because it went blank, but I'll catch you later.